Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce my name first. My name is Agustina with my student number 2024-32041, and I'm from class B. And in this time, I would like to explain about the theory report and practicum report database system lesson. For the first one, explain the difference between the create table and alter table. So the create table and alter table comments are both part of DDL, but they have different functions. Create table is used to create a new table from scratch in database along with column, data types, and constraint. But meanwhile, the alter table is used to change the structure of an existing table, whether by adding, changing, or deleting columns, constraints, table names, or columns names. The second question, what is function of the primary key comment in the table? Primary key itself is a type of constraints. A constraint is a restriction that defines a rule or a column in a table. The function of primary key is to uniquely identify each record in table. Then for the third question, why the decimal data type suitable for storing employee salaries? Although both data types are used to store numerical data, decimal and integer have different characteristics. Decimal stores decimal numbers or fraction. It is written as decimal where P stands for precision and S stands for scale. And for the question number 4, what is the difference between delete and drop in SQL? Delete and drop works differently. Delete works by deleting rows in a table, and it is often combined with a where command to delete specific rows in a table. And the drop works by deleting specific table objects entirely from the database, and the syntax is also different. And the second one is I want to explain about practical report. And in this practicum, I've made a database about employee. First thing first, we have to create a database and the database name perusahaan. And the second one, after we made the database, we will create a table named employee with the following column: employee, first name, last name, department, salary, email, date with their data types. And after it's successfully run, we should add an address column with data types varchar 150 to the employee table. And we can see the address column already displayed in the database. And the fourth one is enter 3 employee data into the employee table. To enter 3 employee data, we can enter or type the syntax one by one, or type the syntax for all 3 employee data at once using DML. And the DML we use, namely insert. To enter the data, the syntax can be seen on the screen. And in this case, I have 3 different ways to insert the data. The first option is to execute the command insert by including the employee ID column. Second option is we use the same syntax as the previous option, but we do not include the employee ID, so we implemented the auto increment model. And the third one is use the syntax insert into table name and values blah 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 to insert sequential data into all columns in the selected table, which must match the order with we create the column in the table using the create table command. And the next question is we have to change the salary of the employee in the employee table. And for this question, we have to use DML again, and we use a command that namely update. Update command where is an important command so that we do not make mistakes when manipulating data, because the data being updated specifically targeted with a where command. And after we checking the entire table, the employee with the first name Jenny and her salary has changed to 48. The last question is to display all employee data with a salary exceeding 5,000 million. And to display all employee data with salaries above 5,000 million, I used one of the DQL or data query language command, namely select and where. This syntax meaning we will select and display all data from the employee table that meets the condition of a salary greater than 5,000 million. Here we also use one of the operators in where command, namely greater than operator. After the command is executed, the result section will display a table according to the syntax we have executed. And after checking, the data display is correct and the salary is greater than 5,000.